Hey guys, so we're going to talk about the attention technique. As I mentioned on this page, this methodology is something that I started training in a very young age. Most people who incarnate here on Earth go through a series of disillusionments where they get very swept up in what the world is, the status quo. They try to fit themselves into a box, and then later on realize, okay, none of these boxes actually fit me, and now I don't know what to do. And that might apply to you as you've found this page and this information. However, in my situation, it's a little different. I grew up in a very new age, hippie household and never had to forget the spiritual side of my existence. Actually, I had to build back the other pieces, the sort of more mundane pieces later on. So anyway, okay, so this is the foundational technique for the lessons of living. Please do not move on to the other lessons of living until you have met the minimum requirement for the attention technique. What is the minimum requirement? The minimum requirement is that you give it 100% of your focus every single hour of every single day, a minimum of 7 hours out of your waking day for a minimum of 30 days. So it's a big ask. That means that for 7 of all of your waking hours, for at least 30 seconds to a minute, depending how long it takes you, you're going to give one thing your full concentration. So what does that mean? You're going to pick 3 points to focus on. The first point, you're going to put your entire focus as if you could zoom all the way down, just that point, and try to shut everything else out. And this needs to be relaxed concentration, not I'm focusing, I'm really focused, and your whole body is tense. No, the first thing you should do is say to yourself, relax, or I am relaxed. Then you pick a point. I usually use my freckles because I've got quite a few of them. And I will gaze in a relaxed state and progressively try to block everything out as I focus. Then I move to the second point. I focus. It's a little harder to hold for not as long. So every time it's a little harder than the third point. The third point you'll be able to hold only for a second or two. Then, immediately, before anything else enters your mind, you take your pen or pencil and your note paper and you go ahead and write it down. So, well, I already did a 3 o'clock, so I don't need to write it down. However, I do want to show you. It's very important that you log it, and we'll talk about that more later. But as you can see, you want to try to keep as much of your log as possible. So some people like to use a tiny little notepad that they can keep in their pocket. Some people think that using a pencil is better than using a pen. I personally use the same pen every time, and I try to keep the same. This is the first one, and I'll show you the start date on this one. Here is June 16th, I believe. So yeah, June 19. So you can see right here, June 19. And I record mine in military time because it helps me keep track of how many I've done for the day. Some days will be easier than others. The main point is you're doing a minimum of 7. Try to aim for the top of every hour. So make sure you're paying attention to what time it is and where you're at in terms of the clock. If you catch yourself and it's right now it's 3:51. So my first one at 3 o'clock would be 3:51. Then I need to make sure that I'm paying attention when 4 o'clock runs around, because the goal is to try to keep it on the hour. And you'll see, let's see if I can find another one to show you. You'll start noticing patterns. For example, I tend to miss my 4 o'clock. So once I started noticing that I was less focused at my 4 o'clock time, then that means, okay, well, I need to look at what's going on at 4 o'clock in my schedule. And that makes sense because that's usually when the kids are more active, they're running around, I'm trying to finish things for work and so on and so forth. So you'll start to see patterns. If you decide to move forward with the attention technique, please reach out to me for support. I'm available to respond to your questions. You can also schedule a consulting call or a coaching call with me, and we can go over attention technique and do some breathing techniques, pranayamas, and all kinds of other things. If you have currently a regular practice that you're doing, adding the attention technique to this practice is going to change your practice in profound ways. I'll say it one more time. If you currently have a meditative or a spiritual practice that you are doing every single day or with any type of frequency, be it every week, etc., adding this technique is going to deepen your practice in ways that I cannot even describe to you right now. I've been meditating and teaching meditation for a very long time, and I can tell you with certainty that this practice will blow everything that you have out of the water, and it's going to magnify your ability to manifest and to control your intentional energy in ways that you will be surprised to find. Subtle, some are subtle. However, your clarity of mind, your ability to control your thoughts, your ability to self-regulate your autonomic nervous system and your stress response, and the ability to control and regulate your emotions when you're in an emotional state, you will start to see all of these things shift. We do have many other techniques. There's other resources on this website as well that can help you and facilitate these sort of mental jujitsu activities to sort of deal with your monkey mind and get stuff under control. But if you're trying to control your life, your thinking, and ultimately your ability to manifest and intend the life that you want and the life that you choose, this right here is the jam. So get on it, try it out, let me know how it works. Let me know if you make it to 30 days, what kind of challenges that you're having. Eventually we'll start teaching this to my other clients as well. So if you're into it, more power to you. Keep me posted. Good luck and Godspeed. Sat Nam.